Join us today as I share a fantastic Brussels sprout recipe. Hello everybody, I'm Deb from Just Do Something Homestead, and today I'm going to share one of my favorite Brussels sprout recipes. You're going to need about 12 ounces of fresh Brussels sprouts, some bacon, this is actually turkey bacon, but any old bacon will do, a little bit of olive oil, some seasonings of your choice, and that's it, and you will love this recipe. I'm going to prepare the Brussels sprouts by cutting off the stem end, then removing a few of the outside leaves, just like that. Once I've done that, I am going to slice it in half. I love Brussels sprouts. In fact, my entire family loves Brussels sprouts. But what I've discovered when I eat out at restaurants, they may have a lot of flavor, but the outside tends to be burnt and the inside tends to be raw. And so I decided it was time to come up with my way to cook these perfectly. These are some mighty good looking Brussels sprouts. I just got them and I thought, wow, they look pretty good. So the secret to having Brussels sprouts that are tender inside and crispy outside is to parboil them first. So yes, I do an extra step, but I feel that it is well worth doing it. You're going to place your peeled and sliced Brussels sprouts into a large stock pot, and you're going to boil them until tender on the inside. Now, I'm not talking about mushy on the inside, just until a fork inserted can pierce it. While my Brussels sprouts are cooking just a teeniest little bit over on the stove, I'm going to make the sauce that I am going to put on them before we air fry them. Now, to do that, I'm going to start with some olive oil, and if you know me, I'm not going to measure it. I'm just going to put some olive oil into my bowl. If I was to measure it, I'd say 1/8 of a cup at the most. Next, I'm going to add my spices. The main one that we use is always garlic powder. And again, I am just going to sprinkle it in there. There is no exact science to this. And paprika. And lastly, Himalayan salt. All right, and then that sauce is just gonna wait until our Brussels sprouts are tender on the inside. My Brussels sprouts are ready. If I go to stab them, it is still very firm, but it has cooked for about 5 to 8 minutes. I am straining them over my sink, and I'm gonna let them sit there just to cool a little bit, only so I can handle them easier. Stirred up my seasoning and olive oil. It is ready to add the Brussels sprouts. I'm going to gently stir it around, get all the seasoning onto my Brussels sprouts. If they don't seem to have enough oil, I can always add some more. They are well coated. I did not need to add any more seasonings or oil. And the last thing I'm going to stir in is a couple strips of turkey bacon. I have not cooked ahead of time because it'll cook in the air fryer. And I'm going to show you a little trick about how to add it in small pieces. I have 2 pieces of bacon, and what I'm going to do is use my kitchen shears and just slice it. And that will add all those little pieces. You don't even need to slice it exactly across because then you'll have long pieces. So just take little chunks and cut it off. Much, much easier this way. I added 2 slices of raw chopped bacon, and this is turkey bacon. You can use regular pork bacon. And now I'm just going to stir it so that the bacon also has seasoning and oil on it. I have prepared my rack for the air fryer by putting aluminum foil down on the tray, and I am going to place my Brussels sprouts and bacon into the basket. And you're just going to spread it out on the basket. Now that's why I did not want to use too much oil, because if you use a lot of oil, it just drips down the bottom, makes a big old mess. So I try to use exactly what I need and spread this out a little bit. Now, normally I see a little bit more spice on here, so what I'm going to do real quick is I am going to sprinkle some more spices on there. I'm going to go with a little more garlic powder and a little more paprika. There, that's looking a little bit better. And this is what it looks like going into your air fryer. I have set it on air fry at 400 degrees for 10 minutes. After exactly 10 minutes, they are cooked to perfection. They are crispy on the outside, but unlike the restaurants, they are tender on the inside. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. And thank you so much for joining us today. Bye-bye.